Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing what we purchased for Lucy for Christmas. I'm going to share everything we've purchased so far, and I'm also going to be talking about items that we're going to be purchasing but we just haven't quite yet. And I'm also going to share some gifts that I feel like would be great gifts for babies. So somewhat of a gift guide in a way. All these things that I'm going to be talking about today I feel like are great gift ideas. So if you're interested in seeing what we purchased and including items that we will be purchasing for Lucy for Christmas, just keep watching. So as I mentioned, not everything that I'm going to be talking about on this video we've purchased yet. I'm going to be purchasing within the next few days so they can arrive just in time for Christmas. So starting off, we purchased this a while back. And it is the Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. It's these little animal figurine sets. They're made out of wood. They're so precious. And I thought that this would be a great stocking stuffer. I wasn't sure if I'm going to add the entire box like this, wrap it up and put it in the stocking. But my mom actually gave me a great idea of opening it up and just tossing the little animals in there, so that way when Lucy is opening it, she's able to just pull them all out one by one herself. And I think that's a great idea since it would be a lot easier for her to do that. Next we got is this little baking set. Well, it's not even like a baking set, but it's like the little utensils. So it comes with like a whisk, a little spatula, and measuring spoons. I'm trying to get Lucy to bake or be more involved with things that we're doing like every day, like day-to-day basis. And she is really interested in being involved, especially like if we're like baking or cooking. So I saw this at the Target dollar spot, and I think this is going to be cute. She's not going to be able to use it right away, but this is going to be a cute stocking stuffer. So two of these dolls, okay, I purchased these years ago, like years ago, and I think this year I'm finally going to give them to Lucy. So first I'm going to add one of them to her stocking, and I think I'm gonna have the other one sitting under the tree for her. So they're both from Anthropology, like I said, years ago. So I saw this cute little fawn. I love fawns, so this gave me Narnia vibes, so I needed to purchase it. Love Narnia. And I think I'm gonna put this one in her stocking, and then this is another one. It's like a little circus girl. And I think I'm going to have this one underneath the tree. Last year we gave her one of the Cuddle and Kind dolls, and it was in her stocking, and it was so cute. So I think doing some kind of like plush doll for Christmas, like stocking stuffer, is a great idea. Next are Binkies. Lucy loves her Binkies, so I'm always purchasing extra to have on hand because I'm constantly sanitizing them and tossing old ones out. I always want to make sure she has nice clean ones. So I purchased these when they were having like BOGO sales. These are the Frig ones. I am really into these ones now because they also offer the silicone like nipple part, and I find it to be a little bit more sanitary, and I do think she kind of prefers these a little bit better. So I just got there's 8 of them in here, so these are going to last us quite some time. So we did the same thing for last year. We added some Binkies into her stocking, and I just think it's a really good idea to have as a gift for a baby that is a Binky baby. I got her a toothbrush. She enjoys brushing her teeth, but she likes it when we're brushing our teeth with her, and mine and Rudy's are the equipped ones, which you know, it's the little vibrating kind, and she loves using that. So once in a while we'll let her use it. And we got her one. This is just a Disney Elsa one, and she's been really into Elsa lately. So we got her this, see how she's gonna do better with this one, because brushing teeth for babies are so challenging. And then I just got her these ones. I think these were like $1. These are the ones we used to use to brush our teeth, but now that we have our equipped ones that we love, we just had these. And I saw a girl on YouTube talking about things that she gives her baby for car rides to keep them distracted, and she had a toothbrush for her daughter. So I did that for Lucy, and she like entertains herself with a toothbrush for so long in the car. She really enjoys that. So I just got extra because we're going to need to toss that one out and then give her a new one. So extra to have on hand because this is so handy. So that's a good tip. If your baby doesn't like car rides, get them a toothbrush so they can just chew on in the car, and I'm pretty sure that's going to help because that saved us a lot. So now I'm going to be talking about items that I am planning on buying Lucy for her stocking stuffer, but just haven't got around to doing that quite yet. And it's the Sarah Silks. So Amazon carries these, so I think the rest of the stuff I'm going to be picking up for her stocking stuffer is going to be through Amazon. So we have Prime, it'll get here within a few days, so we're good. Yes, the silks. Lucy, we get her the play kits from Lovevery, and I don't remember which box, but it was one of the earlier boxes, came with like a blue silk, and she loves that, and now she loves playing peekaboo with it. So I found these on Amazon, and I'm thinking of getting her one. There's a one that's like a rainbow, and it looks like it's freaking huge. They can use them as capes and just, you know, use their imagination with them, and I'm pretty sure she's going to love them. And I also found one that it's the silk tied around a little wooden ring, so it's kind of like a teether. She's still teething, and I just feel like having different kinds of silk for her to play with is going to give her more options to play with. So I'm going to do a silk kind of like rag cape thing, and then the teether. I will insert photos so you guys can see what I'm talking about if I suck at explaining this. And next I want to get her these little turtles. Yeah, they're sea turtles, and you just wind them up and then they just start swimming around in the water, so it's going to be for bath toys. I'm constantly struggling on how to keep Lucy somewhat entertained in the bath. Some days she's great, she is entertained the entire time. Other days she just is in and wants to get right back out. I do have like books, like proper books for bath time, but they don't always do the trick. So I'm trying to get her more like safe water toys for the bath time, and I saw these ones and I think she's really going to enjoy them. It comes in a 3-pack for only $12, so that's going to be really worth it. And lastly, I think this is going to be the last item, I do want to get her these wooden kid safe knife. So like I said earlier, I really want to get Lucy to be more involved when I'm like preparing her meals, or even when I'm gonna bake or cook or whatever it may be. And you'll see why I'm like doing all of this later for one of the gifts that we're going to be getting her. But yes, I feel like if she were to have a little knife, I can kind of like give her like a banana, and she can just kind of play with it, even if she makes a mess. Like, you know, it is somewhat of a sensory play for her. So as long as she's being involved, it keeps her happy. And I think having a safe wooden knife for her will be beneficial. Oh, one last thing that I actually forgot. I am going to place a Tubby Todd order. We love Tubby Todd. That's all Lucy's ever used. And I'm going to buy lotion for her, and that's the last thing I'm going to be adding into her stocking stuffer. Haven't ordered it yet. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but going to be doing that within the next few days, and that's the final thing going into her stocking. So next is going to be her gifts that I've already purchased for her. I already spoke about the doll that we're going to be having just sitting underneath the tree. We haven't bought too many gifts. I don't want to go like all crazy and like spoil her with tons and tons of gifts. I feel like this is going to be a great amount, and I also don't want to have too many toys in the house to begin with. So first thing is this punch and drop toy. I bought this at Pottery Barn, Pottery Barn, and Pottery Barn has really great gifts for babies, toddlers. This isn't the first toy item that we purchased from there. I think it was kind of like, I think it was a xylophone. But yeah, they have really great, especially wooden toys, which is what we're really into. This looks like it's going to be something that she's really going to be enjoying within the next, you know, coming months. And so she's learning more and more how to play with certain toys. We do get the play kits from Lovevery, as I mentioned, and a lot of the toys there have like the balls that you need to push through, and Lucy's been really, really interested in those kinds of toys. So I feel like this punch and drop toy is going to be very fun for her. The balls just stay in the little hole, and it comes with like a little hammer, a wooden hammer thing, and that she just knocks down. So definitely check out Pottery Barn for children's toys. Next we got from Target another Hearth and Hand toy. It is this little train set. I think this is so precious. Lucy probably won't know how to play with this properly for some time, but that's totally okay. Her imagination can take her places. But I just thought that this was so cute, and they had so many beautiful toys to choose from this year. I fell in love with this one and the little critters that I mentioned earlier. They did have like a huge house, but I'm like, Lucy's way too young for that right now, like a playhouse. So I'm really excited to have this. I was even thinking if I should have this opened and just having it in front of the tree for when she wakes up Christmas morning when she's going to be opening gifts. But I'm not quite sure, so either wrap it or leave it unboxed. I'm going to have to figure that out. Lastly, gifts that we've purchased. We don't buy her too many gifts. We get majority of her toys from Lovevery, and we don't get that many battery toys. So I saw this and I thought that she would really enjoy this, since she does have an obsession for like remote controls and cell phones. She even has 2 cell phones, but she still wants mine or Rudy's. So I saw this and I think that she should have some fun with a battery toy, and since it makes a lot of noise and it looks very interesting, hopefully this is something that she can enjoy for whatever period of time, and it does make tons of noise, so I'm sure she will be interested in this and have some fun. You know, it's Christmas, why not? Okay, so lastly, for the gift that we bought Lucy, it's, I want to say, more of the bigger toys. It was a learning tower. I have been wanting to get Lucy a learning tower for quite some time, but I did not think she was ready, and it would just be I felt like we would buy it and it would just kind of take up space in the meantime until she would be ready. I love seeing moms on Instagram and on YouTube that have learning towers and having their children use them. It's so beautiful, and I just kept, you know, daydreaming about the day that Lucy would be able to use one. So we finally decided to buy one for her for Christmas. I ordered it on Amazon. I had my eye on one that was on Etsy. Super beautiful, but I was always kind of worried whether it would arrive on time. But I ended up finding one on Amazon that was just as beautiful, a little different, but still beautiful, and it's going to be arriving by tomorrow, so that worked out even better. But I am so excited for that to arrive and to see how she's going to enjoy using it. I'm a little worried about her climbing up and down because, as I mentioned before, Lucy is a wild child. But that is going to be her big gift. I'm going to mix some of these stuff up. That's going to be gifts from myself and Rudy, and from Santa. Not quite sure which is going to be from who. But this is pretty much it for stuff that we've purchased so far for Lucy and what we are planning on buying for Lucy. So everything here I do think is great gifts for if you have a baby to, you know, shop for, to give a gift for Christmas. But some more items that I feel like would be a great idea, like great gifts for babies, is of course the Lovevery play box. I know everybody's going to be talking about that this season, and I've already seen so many YouTubers, you know, praising them, which I totally agree. They have great gifts, or they have great toys that are, you know, specifically for the baby's age. So we've loved it. Lucy's been receiving their boxes since she was born. I think that is a great gift to give to a baby. Other gifts that I think would be great to give for babies are a Cuddle and Kind doll. We love Cuddle and Kind, and Lucy has 5 of them so far. I don't have plans on buying any more because I don't want to have a never-ending collection, and I don't like clutter at the house. So this was the first one I ever bought her. It's the Lucy doll, so of course it was only fitting, and I got her the large one because I favored the large, and I thought it would be super cute to take her milestones photos with her. And then later on we ended up purchasing Zara for Christmas, like I mentioned. And then we went and got Pastel Lucy when she became permanent. So this was the original one that I wanted to get while I was pregnant, and found out I was going to have a girl and we were going to name her Lucy. But it got sold out by the time I decided to purchase her. So I went ahead and got the original Lucy in the big size, and then I got the small one in the Pastel Lucy so they wouldn't clash too much in size. They're beautiful. They're made so well. Like the quality is freaking amazing. Lucy loves them. And we also have 2 of their newer ones, the little mini ones. I don't know if they have like a proper name, but this is a kitten, and we also have the lamb, but I have it displayed on Lucy's shelf. Not sure if I've shared that yet, but I think these are great gifts to give a baby. I know we've already gifted it to a couple of friends of ours, and their children loved it. So last is going to be a personalized gift. I think a personalized gift is the sweetest thing you can give to somebody because it shows that you've had a lot of thought into it. Last year for Christmas, and I should have brought it out, we got Lucy her name in a puzzle. So it has like different colors on her name. I'll try to include a photo if I remember. But we purchased that for her last Christmas, and I added it into her stocking. And then I also purchased that for a friend's daughter for Christmas last year. And it's just so sweet. So I feel like personalized gifts are just so wonderful. And I think these sweaters from Zara makes it so easy to get a gift that is personalized. They do offer the embroidery for only, I think, additional $2. And these sweaters aren't even too expensive either. I feel like the gift comes out to be 20 bucks or less. And I don't know, I just love these. I think these sweaters are such good material. They keep Lucy cozy. The oversized look is my favorite. Lucy has she has quite a few sweaters from Zara, but only 2 that I actually ended up getting customized. This cream one that says Lucy, and then this like brownie color, I wouldn't even know what you want to call this, like a terracotta color with it was embroidered moon. So that's her middle name, Lucy Moon, and we do call her Moon, you know, from time to time. These are some of my favorite pieces, and they're just so special if this is something that you receive as a gift, especially for your baby. So yes, Zara, they have wonderful selections, different colors to choose from. Totally recommend. I really hope I didn't forget anything, but this is all that we are purchasing for Lucy this Christmas. And I hope you enjoy taking a look at the little bit of a gift guide idea that I have shared with you guys. I would love to know, what are you going to be getting for a special baby this Christmas? Let me know if there's anything else you guys would like to see from me. I'm going to try to get out as much content as I can before the new year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.